And start with Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next I have is the approval of today's agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes of September 13th and September 15th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September 13th and 15th meetings.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have is the approval of claims for payment totaling $241,567.27.
I'll make a motion to approve this week's claims for payment.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we have is item number 6 is the recommendation of an animal feeding operation construction permit, Buckeye Finisher Site, Section 25 of Buckeye Township. We had the public hearing last week.
I'll make a recommendation on the animal feeding operation construction permit for the Buckeye Finisher Farm, Section 25 of Buckeye Township.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yes. Hold on. I'm gonna address. Well, I've got my thoughts all in line here. So last week, Bob Havens asked that we do our homework and make a comment. Have an educated opinion. And so Bob is not here today, but I owe him an explanation, and I know we're videotaping. So he provided me a great deal of material to review and go over, and it's very scientifically based, very evidence practice based, which I can really appreciate. After reviewing it, I see there is a need for revisiting the master matrix. And our resolution that we passed acknowledges that, along with having that done at the state level. And my understanding is the EPC did not recommend in their limited authority to do that on Monday. I'm hoping that the state legislature will, listen to the people, take local government into account, take county government into account. The nitrogen and phosphorus information that was provided, while it's scientific reading, I like it. I do see a need for figuring a way to utilize phosphorus and nitrogen, finding a way to use it in maybe like a byproduct way to where we can utilize it productively in some type of other industry. So I'm hoping that science and technology grow, and our youth that are in the STEM programs in schools, hopefully some young man or woman will find a place in science to develop and make excess phosphorus, excess nitrogen, other byproducts from farming in general, a place in industry, not only to help industry, but to help the environment. So the other thing that I found is I asked some farmers, I went to a couple different coffee shops in the morning. A lot of farmers would appreciate having manure offered that aren't putting anything on their land because of the cost of buying it. So it would be nice to somehow get producers or livestock producers and row crop producers together to utilize any excess and put it on where it's necessary using proven crop science, using soil sampling, GIS, and those resources. So I appreciate Bob's data and the information he provided, and I'm hoping that as a society we can find a use for things like excess phosphorus, like excess nitrogen, kind of like we've done with timber products that are not typically used but used to be burnt. Now we're using them for pellets for heating homes. We're extruding them for heating elements, stuff like that. So it's my hope that we can find a better use for these byproducts.
Julie, you had a comment you want to say?
That being said, I really appreciate you studying the subject. But that being said, it's going into the water. You have to address water quality. It's not, yes, there's some emotion involved when you think of your water being polluted, but it's not emotion when you go out to the lake and you see the sign that says warning, keep your kids out of the water. That's not emotion. They put that sign up there for a reason. We have too much manure and farming byproducts going into the water. It will eventually get into your drinking water if it's not already there in your wells and stuff like that. I would really appreciate if you would not recommend this approval because we're saturated with CAFOs in this county, and you need to recognize that, and you're going to have to deal with water getting worse eventually. You're going to have to deal with it coming out of your tap eventually, and you're going to have to deal with it, people not being able to go in the water. Eventually you're going to have to deal with it. Do it now. And eventually we're going to have to pay for that water. We need to have a tax on hogs. We need to have an ordinance that when people want to put up CAFOs, they need to tell their neighbors because their property values are going to go down when that happens. So that's, thank you for the opportunity to say that.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is item number 7, cancel October 4th, 2017 regular meeting. I asked about this. I know you sent us an email last week saying you'll be on.
I will be at disciplinary hearings for the State Nursing Board on October 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And we don't have a whole lot on that agenda that day. I like it when we have a full board, so I just asked if it was an option, if you guys would like that.
Well, and like my question was, as far as claims, I mean, do we not pay claims then that week?
We
Means we
wouldn't,
won't be here to approve them?
we wouldn't pay claims that week. And then we'd have to notify them to get them in early, or they'd have to wait a week.
Okay. So that notice would have to go out like immediately,
Yep.
so.
And the other thing, I know we have a meeting with Cindy Litweiler, Economic Development, and I've notified her she doesn't have a problem going to the next week either.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it then.
I'll make a motion to cancel the October 4th, 2017 regular meeting.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is item number 8, which is order a recount of the Iowa Falls 2017 school election. A request has been filed at the auditor's office.
I'll make a motion to order the recount of the Iowa Falls 2017 school election results.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
When will that be? The 27th at 11 a.m.
And then the canvassing will be the 29th. Any other discussion? Hearing none.
I'm sorry, because of the recount, then you'll do another canvas 29th at what time?
1:30.
1:30.
Thank you.
Hearing no other discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have is item number 9, which is abate orders for 2016 taxes payable 17 and 18.
I will make a motion to approve the abate orders as provided.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Utility permits. Secondary
No utility
roads.
permits.
Not a whole lot. I did give you a letter, so, the contract requires I give you 30 days notice of termination, so.
This is a letter of 30 days.
This is a letter of 30 days.
Well, thank you. I'd like to meet up with you on another day, set a time, so that we can work on a transition period.
Sounds good.
Okay.
More than happy to help.
And I'd like to do that this week if possible.
Okay.
If you guys want to check your schedules and we can get it on the agenda.
Okay.
This week?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
quick.
Well, yeah,
It'll be Friday then,
I don't care.
okay.
If you guys don't care.
I'll be out of town Friday, but if
Just go Monday or Tuesday
yeah,
then.
we'll look at our calendars. I can bring
Okay.
the book in.
All right.
I'd prefer next week too, I think.
All right.
You want my copy?
What else you got for roads? I know nothing big is what you said, but. Okay, from there I'll go to DOT agreement, or open pickup truck bids for secondary roads department.
Okay.
Bruce.
This is a redo of what we did previously. There was an error in bids. So we opened it up to all the dealers in the county that sell new vehicles. It's Ford, Chevy, Dodge, so.
Kind of follow the DOT process, how they do it.
So the first one we have is from Union Auto. We opened it up for a super cab or a super crew.
Either or.
Either or, two of each, or, yeah, two of, super cabs or two super crews, whichever they could get cheaper, I guess.
Okay.
We were fine with. This one looks like it's for a super crew. And we have a bid of $35,122.
That's which one?
That's for the super crew. That'd be the,
Okay,
yep, Union Auto.
35,122.
And then a super cab, we have a bid of $33,328.
33 what? Sorry.
33,328.
32.
We also open those up for Chevys as well, or any dealer.
Right. Yep,
Something different.
right.
Yep, that's a what, Ford?
Yes, these are Ford F-150s.
Okay.
And this is valid until 10/20/17. Next one's from Dale Howard. This is for a 2018 Super Cab. Looks like that's a F-150 also. And they have a total price for the two of $63,665.
63.
665.
You said that, which one was that, the super
Cab.
cab?
They're a Super Crew F-150. Got a net cost of $67,054 for two of them. They don't have an expiration date, I guess, on this one, but Delivery date is 6 to 8 weeks from customer order, is what they're anticipating. Looks like that's it.
They didn't do a Chevy bid or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
So the lowest of all of them, bid per truck would be the Dale Howard F-150 Super Cab at $31,832.50. Then the next bid for the Super Cab would be the Union bid at $33,328. Then the next bid would be the Super Crew from Dale Howard at $33,527. That's at F-150 also. And then the high bid is $35,122 for a Super Crew from Union. Was this our low bid last time?
Yes.
So we're actually about 2,000 less than last time. for the vehicle.
I'd like them to send back, go through everything,
Yep.
and
That's
bring it back next
what I
week.
thought too. I wondered that.
Make sure everything's,
Yeah, I gave the specs, each copy to you, so
Yep.
we can go over and look and make sure we got everything on there.
okay.
Okay.
So I want that in a motion.
Make a motion to send the bids back for review and arithmetic accuracy and bring it back next week.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Also make sure they're the same pickups.
Right.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Now I have is item number 12, which is DOT agreement on the road approaches. This is something we've been doing for some time.
Yeah, and I kind of presented it to you before, but this is actual agreement with the DOT to pave the fillets on the gravel roads, the state highways.
When they come through, I believe this one's Highway 175 they're talking about.
Right, and they're going all the way through to just east of Highway 14 in Granite.
And it was 3 payments.
Yeah, but they don't start right away. It wouldn't be, the payments wouldn't come until after the project's
After
done.
construction's done.
And I think it said first payment would be like 2020,
Something like that.
possibly 2021 or something like that.
Well, I think it's a great thing.
I do too.
We've been doing that. It keeps our graders off the road from turning around trying to smooth that out, which could cause accidents. They're backing up blind sometimes. It's better for stopping, better for starting. It's got a lot of benefits to it.
And this gives our crews a heads up, that way if they need to raise the intersections before this, we've got time to do it. So,
Do you need this motion to be approved, or?
yes, you have
Okay.
to approve the agreement and sign it.
I'll make a motion to approve the DOT agreement on the road approaches.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any
If
discussion?
you have a copy of the agreement, you might want to read the agreement number. Sorry.
Okay, it'd be agreement number 2018-C-054.
Any other discussion? Hearing none? All in favor? We just put it in the discussion. Do you want it in the motion?
I'm confused, did you do a motion already?
We had the motion in the second, and we were in the discussion when you asked that.
So do I need to,
You can amend that to be part of the motion.
yeah, I will make, amend my original motion to include the agreement number 2018-C-054.
I will second the revised motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? I'm voting on the amendment.
Okay.
So all in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now, all in favor of the original motion with the amendment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. That's all I got. Other business.
Sorry, I normally like to get on the agenda, but this one was a little pressing here. I don't like to get political, being in public health. Sometimes we have to. I have a letter here I want you guys to have. In coming days, the U.S. Senate is going to be talking about repealing the Affordable Care Act, and in that repeal, it's going to slash a lot of the public health prevention fund, and that will come down not only from a federal level to a state level, then to a county level. We use this fund to see a lot of our patients that can't afford to be seen, provide a lot of medical treatment for that through this fund. So I'm just asking that we make our constituents aware of the Graham Cassidy bill and put out a press release. I kind of put one together here. I want your approval before I send it off, so that people know how to contact their senators and the phone number to call, and if it does affect them, that they can make their own talking points. I kind of put some talking points on here as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
So you're asking us to put this on the agenda for next week?
Sure, we could. Or I was just gonna ask, you don't mind if I send a press release out?
I don't mind you send a press release out.
I don't mind it either.
So that's my copy in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just more of that. A press release I did go out last week, I was gonna send you give you a copy of this as well, is I've been partnering with the sheriff, and we're gonna be doing a drug take back. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit briefly here, let you know what our plans were and why we are doing this drug take back. We're trying to get prescription and over-the-counter drugs that are sitting in people's homes out of their cupboards and off the streets. We've had it in the paper for about 2 days. I've had over a dozen people call in ready for that. So I think it's going to be really successful. This was kind of a trial run, but just going to make you aware of that.
Do you have a box at your office as well?
We don't. That's why I'm going with the sheriff.
Yep, the sheriff has one there.
And so we're going to go door to door together. And
Can you send the news release, press release to me?
I've got-
Can you email it to me?
yeah,
Okay. Do you have my email, right?
yeah, I will send it to you.
I'll put it on, especially with in conjunction with Sheriff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, thanks.
And the final thing I wanted to talk about today was this Saturday, from 11 to 1, we are doing a drive-through car seat check. And we're going to be offering a free lunch. People can come through, get their car seats, make sure they're properly installed. We do have technicians there and assistants if car seats are an issue. So that's a nice partnership. And we're working with the Sheriff's Department on that too, because they have a car seat tech, and so does Public Health. So both Public Health and the Sheriff's Department's car seat techs will be there Saturday. So that's all I had.
Good.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah.
Shannon?
Shannon Jensen, Marketing Director for Hanson Family Hospital. Lance asked that I just give a quick update. So as you may be aware, our CEO of almost 7 years, Sherelle Montani, moved on to an opportunity in Washington State. Her last day was September 5th. So Katie Reeves, our CNO, is serving as interim CEO. She has been with our organization for 25 years and has 30 years of nursing experience. So she's doing a great job, and the search goes on for a new CEO. We work with Mercy Health Network North Iowa with that as part of our management agreement. So that moves forward. It sounds like there is good interest in that position. So hope to have more information soon. We do have a new general surgeon, Dr. Hamid Kekabande, started in August. And he is starting to see patients. It takes a while to get him fully credentialed through all of the payers, so we're still working through that, but he's doing C-sections and seeing Medicare patients, so that is great to have a general surgeon back. And we were excited to hear about the drug take-back opportunity. We recently held a presentation on the opioid crisis and kind of that local impact and how it can happen right in your own homes because those drugs that may be sitting around not in use. So very excited to use that. We shared that information within our organization so that we can help spread that word that that's a big part of fighting that crisis is getting those unused drugs out of the system. So great that that's happening. Any questions for me?
Is there any place in Island Falls to do the drugs, or is it just right the sheriff's office?
It's when the sheriff, they've got the box out there, and so that's where we send people. And then these opportunities where they're willing to go out into the community and able to do that, that helps those people that can't get there. So it's perfect.
If they're non-narcotic, you can always take them back to a pharmacy for disposal. They can't take back narcotics, but they can take back the non-narcotics and dispose of them so they don't get in the garbage and into the water.
Is there anywhere where so many people in Hardin County can get just properly dispose of sharps, needles, and some needles?
Actually, the landfill does take those if they're in a
That's
closed.
not good.
But they do, if they're in a closed container, like a tight container, that is, they will take those and they do burn them. They don't put them out into the landfill, they actually dispose of them out there.
Or you can take them back to your doctor's office and they're supposed to get it from.
I would ask your provider, depending
Yeah,
on
it's-
what
Okay, well, I had somebody else ask me because I'm up at the hospital quite regularly, and they said they don't.
depending on what you've got, it's best to ask your provider and
I-
direct you to the right way to do it. Because there's a couple different options depending on what it is.
But if your provider does take them, they usually request you separate the needle from the syringe.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other business? Hearing none, I can ask for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. We're adjourned.